Will Roller. Coming up to the tape now, just waiting for Darren Trelaw to come up and take his position. We're getting set for a start now. All nicely against the line, waiting for the tapes to come up. And they're away. The Australian Championships have started. And as they go into the first quarter, it's Jim Irwin from South Australia, the race leader. Wes Hammer starting to fight back on the inside. Darren Trelaw looking for a big run around the outside. As they come out of City Centre Shopping, Jim Irwin just about buckles up a little bit. Wes Hammer's gone into the lead. Darren Trelaw's back there in second place. Irwin's in fourth. They're locked together. Phil Rowan starting to drop back a little bit now as they clear up down Mitsubishi Straight into City Centre Shopping for the second time. It Wes Hammer, the West Australian, out in front. Trelaw's back there in second place. And Jim Irwin from South Australia. Nothing much between Wes Hammer and Darren Trelaw at the moment. Big outside run by Rowan, but he can't pull that one off. Back to the leaders now as we come through to get the white flag this time. It's still the West Australian Wes Hammer out in front from Gary Trelaw in second place. Phil Rowan trying to make an outside move to pick up third around the outside of Jim Irwin and does it successfully as he goes through round about half track high. Wes Hammer down the back straight for the final time. Coming through City Centre Shopping very tightly now. It's a bit of a drag race, but Wes Hammer's going to win it. Wes Hammer from Western Australia gets the big points. Gary Trelaw in second place. The third place going there to Phil Rowan, and the fourth place to Jim Irwin from South Australia. Choosers now starting to form. The man with the big message behind him, Russell Mitchell, in the BP green down there on the inside. Next to him is Andrew McLean, then to Chris Ray, and on the outside, Jeffro, getting set for a start now. Takes away, and a rearing sidecar there as they all bust in. And a couple of them collide. The red light comes on, and we'll start this one off again. These boys are serious. Takes away. And another brilliant break there. And McLean. He's come up and he's flipped over Rowe, who's cartwheeled through the racetrack. Jeff Rowe and Graham Neville on the racetrack as the attendants go over to just look at the condition of the two riders. They look quite good. Set for a start. Tapes away, and a nice even dispatch it was too. And as we go into tube makers for the first time, Russell Mitchell from Western Australia is the first one out there. Here comes Ray through on the inside of McLean as they head on down the back straight. But look at the West Australian. He's tearing away from the other two competitors at the moment, lying low on the side of the sidecar as he roars past us for the first time. The BP machine is flying here tonight with Russell Mitchell at the helm, flying out of tube makers and down Darwin Mitsubishi back straight once again. He's drawing away from McLean and Ray like they were fanning him standing still. He's after Wes Hammer's record, I can feel it. There he goes, the West Australian Russell Mitchell. He's absolutely flying here tonight. Russell Mitchell low coming out of turn 2. Down the back straight he goes. His Jeepers are around about a quarter of a lap ahead of him already. 1 lap to go now as the West Australian comes flying past us once again. Russell Mitchell. In second place, it's Ray, trying to make an inside line on him as McLean, but Ray just blocks him off for the second place. Down the back straight, the final two competitors go, but here's a scorching win to the West Australian now as he gets the checkered flag. Russell Mitchell wins it. Second place will go to Ray, and in third place, you'll find it'll be McLean. Down there on the inside, Richard Cross. Then we've got the Griffiths family. Then Glenn Huff from Victoria and Wayne Monk from Queensland on the outside. Coming up to the line. Getting set for a start now. Heat number 3 about to run. Little bit of a roller there from... look at these bikes coming across in front of each other. That was a big one from Monkey from the outside. Wayne Monk from the outside gets up into the lead now. Running up there. There's lots of nudging and shoving and barging as they come out of turn number 3 for the first time. But it's number 9, the race leader, out in front at the moment. That's Wayne Monk. A real big battle going on at the moment between the Griffiths and Glenn Huff. Griffiths trying to make an inside move on Huff as they come through City Centre Shopping once again. But it's Wayne Monk who's out in front at the moment. Up there in second place at the moment is Glenn Huff with Griffiths in third place, and Wayne Cross from Darwin running a credible fourth. He's not too far behind the rest of them at the moment as they come past us. This time there's a lap to go. But it's Wayne Monk leading at the moment by about 5 bike lengths. Oh, gee. The passenger's fallen off Wayne Cross. Tony Bagley's come off Wayne Cross's bike, but they go to the infield safely as we come out to give the checkered flag now to Wayne Monk. Wayne Monk will come across the line victorious in this heat. In second place, you'll find it'll be Glenn Huff, number 9. In third place, Greg and Mark Griffiths. So Andrew Cleve in the green down there on the inside. Next to him is Ian Smith. And we go out to Mark Drew and Dale Marshall on the outside. Just waiting now for Andrew Cleve to settle himself down there on the inside, getting set for a start. And a nice even break it was too. And as they go to tube makers for the first time, oh! Couple of bikes clashing together once again. Cleve's in a big drag down the back straight at the moment, and he slides through underneath the second place competitor at the moment. As they come past us for the first time, we'll be able to pick up who exactly they are. Andrew Cleve's the race leader. Back there in second place is competitor number 14. That's Ian Smith. Then running back in third and fourth place, we've got Mark Drew and Dale Marshall. Coming out real wide is Andrew Cleve this time, but he's about 5 bike lengths ahead of Ian Smith at the moment, and quite a comfortable leader. Ian Smith in second place. Then we go back to Mark Drew in third place, and Dale Marshall is tailing out the field. 1 lap to go as they come past us once again, and still Mark Drew from West Australia is getting some gap between him and the second place rider at the moment, Ian Smith. Quarter of a lap to go as they come past us this time. We'll get the checkered flag, and it'll be Andrew Cleve the winner. In second place, Ian Smith. Back there in third place, you'll find Mark Drew.
This is where the action's going to come from Hammer and Mitchell.
Heat number 5, 4 laps the journey in this, the 1993 Australian Sidecar Championship. Dale Marshall didn't get away from the starting strands there. It's Wes Hammer, the early race leader. Storming down on the inside now is Glenn Hoff. Let's see how the defending national champion Russell Mitchell fares. He swoops right around the outside, now finds himself in second spot. Mitchell changes lines and rockets by on the inside of the early race leader, Wes Hammer. So the defending national champion all the way from Western Australia takes the race lead as he heads down the back straightaway. The man in second spot is Wes Hammer, now under heavy pressure from Glenn Hoff. Of course, Hoff hails all the way from Victoria, but just look at the style of Russell Mitchell with you onto the main straightaway, doing a magnificent job. Little Jackie Addison on the side of the machine. He now heads through turns 1 and 2 once more. He'll see the back straightaway at this marvellous North Lane Speedway in Darwin before a capacity crowd, and Russell Mitchell certainly showing them in no uncertain terms that he is the man to beat in the 1993 national title. Across the strike one more time, still in second spot and fighting very hard is Wes Hammer. We're inside the last lap now as Mitchell, doing it for BP, heads down the back straightaway. We still have Wes Hammer hanging on to a very slender spot there in second place, and how is the best of the rest? Russell Mitchell off turn 4 now. Checkered flag is poised, and the West Australian sensation takes the checkered flag comfortably. Second home was Wes Hammer, followed by Glenn Howe, and of course Marshall was tailed off right at the back of the field. The Northern Territory Tourist Commission present heat number 6. 4 laps once again the journey. Over on the inside in the red helmet colour is Ian Smith, the Victorian. Strands now released, and away they go in heat number 6 of this, the 1993 National Sidecar Championships in Darwin. Red lights on though, a major problem and a restart. Officials not happy with the start to that event. A full race rerun now. 4 laps the journey. Smith on the inside, Richard Cross, Jim Irwin and Chris Ray. Away they go, and you found that time round that Ian Smith was gobbled up. He's now been bumped back into second spot. He says, "You're not going to do that to me, son." And Smith absolutely storms back, sitting in the middle of the racetrack. In second spot at the moment was Jim Irwin, who got a fairly good start. You can see Smith there running right up near the boards. High, wide and handsome up the main straight now. Moving into second spot on the racetrack is Jim Irwin. He's done a pretty good job thus far, followed now by Chris Ray in the yellow helmet colour. He's the best of the rest, but race leader is Ian Smith, who certainly doesn't mind running up high on the racetrack. He'll approach turn 4 once more, head up the main straightaway. Now the man in second spot is starting to move just a little bit closer, but certainly in control of this event is Ian Smith. His passenger is Kevin Pengelly, and he's doing a good job. Both of these are Victorian riders down the back section for yet another occasion. A very big crowd here at the North Lane Speedway in Darwin, and they are certainly being treated to a fine exhibition of speedway sidecar riding here. Ian Smith is a race leader across the strike once more, signifying 1 lap to run as he now moves down the back section one more time. Still in second spot and doing a pretty good job is Jim Irwin. He's doing a great job, in fact, to battle off with Ray, who's coming home very, very quickly. But the race leader is Ian Smith. He'll come off turn 4 now. He'll see the checkered flag, and a great ride by him. Ian Smith across the strike, followed by Irwin, and in third spot was Ray. Race time 73.14. Sunex Glass Tint proudly presenting here heat number 7. 4 laps once again the journey, and the strands are now released. Oh, Andrew Cleve got the front wheel well and truly up off the ground, but best to begin was the reigning New South Wales champion Darren Treloar. That's him in the yellow helmet colour, started very quickly from the extreme outside, and the fastest cockroach in the country. Darren Treloar takes the race lead. He'll head up again across the strike one more time. Andrew Cleve, the Victorian, barnstorming now through into second spot, followed by McLean, and Greg Griffith, the other New South Wales rider, is tailed off at the moment and can't keep up. Darren Treloar is setting a cracking pace down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4 one more time, and here come the handlebar heroes at North Lane Speedway in Darwin, and Treloar in comfortable race leader. He would be now 10 metres easily in advance of Andrew Cleve, his nearest rival. McLean is best of the rest back in third, but look at the style of Darren Treloar down the back section, doing a magnificent job now through turns 3 and 4. He'll see the yellow flag come out this time round, signifying 1 lap to go, and Treloar with his passenger Griffith on the side of the machine doing a fantastic job, certainly coming to grips here with the North Lane Speedway surface in Darwin, and Treloar sees the back straightaway for the final occasion. Andrew Cleve is starting to move just a little bit closer to Treloar, but certainly it will be too close and certainly not enough time. Treloar takes the checkered flag in a mighty fine ride. Andrew Cleve home in second, followed by McLean, and the race time was 71.25. And PD Engineering, the sponsors here of the next event. Away they go, and on the inside, Chris Ray didn't get a bad start. Moving very quickly towards the lead first time round is Mark Drew, all the way from Western Australia. And Drew running side by side as he heads down the back section here. But the popular West Australian takes the race lead and does it in no uncertain terms. Up the main straight one more time. He certainly gets very crossed up there. Second and best of the rest is Chris Ray. Now under siege, moving through on the inside is Wes Hammer, also from Western Australia. So Wes Hammer now moves up into second spot. There's a great battle between Greg Griffith and the fellow that started over on the inside line, Chris Ray. They're battling for third and fourth respectively. Griffith might have the best of it. Drew breaks down there. That's unfortunate for him. And now Wes Hammer inherits the race lead. He heads up the main section. Now through turns 1 and 2. Bad luck indeed for Mark Drew. Hammer's found himself about 20 metres now in advance of his nearest rival, which is in fact Chris Ray. And Greg Griffith has got a fair bit of work to do if he wants to try and consolidate second spot in this race. Wes Hammer race leader. There goes Griffith down on the inside now. He wants second spot. He can feel it. They go across the strike with just 1 lap to go, and Griffith now hence relegates Ray back to third on the racetrack. Race leader is Wes Hammer going down the back section. Ray having another go at Griffith, but I've got the feeling the post will be too close, and Wes Hammer negotiates turn number 4, opens up the throttle, checkered flag time for him, and it was a great ride. Wes Hammer first, followed by Greg Griffith, Chris Ray coming home third, and the race time was 74.14. Fantastic racing at the North Lane Speedway in Darwin. C.A.M. Welding proudly presenting heat number 10. Wayne Monk will ride in red, Russell Mitchell in blue, Andrew Cleve, the Victorian, in white, and Jim Irwin in the yellow helmet colour, all the way from South Australia on the extreme outside. The all-conquering combination here of Russell Mitchell and Jackie Addison. Horsepower reaches peak revs. Strands release. Wayne Monk got a very good start over on the inside, but have a look at Russell Mitchell and Jackie Addison, will you? They're storming around the outside. Andrew Cleve has a look up on the inside. Sensational racing here, but it's Russell Mitchell doing it for BP. He takes the race lead. Andrew Cleve's in second spot, followed by Wayne Monk. Monk having a look up on the inside now, and tailed off a mile back up further in the field is Jim Irwin, who you might as well say may as well take no further part. A great battle developing here between Wayne Monk down on the inside of Andrew Cleve. They run side by side through turns 3 and 4. Up the main straightaway, the race leader Russell Mitchell is absolutely bolted with this one. Opens up a lead now well in advance of 10 metres. Monk goes down on the inside there of Andrew Cleve, and this popular Queenslander Monk has certainly got the large crowd here standing on their feet. He moves into second spot, hence relegates Cleve back to third. But can they catch Russell Mitchell? With little Jackie Addison on the side doing a fantastic job. They are the race leaders, 1 lap to go, and Mitchell is increasing his lead. Wayne Monk looks as though go. He's got second spot safe for the moment. Andrew Cleve is third and trying as hard as he can, but Russell Mitchell down the back straight away, probably the best sidecar rider this country has seen for 20 years. He comes off turn 4 now, and Russell Mitchell takes the checkered flag again and storms to victory. Wayne Monk will come home second, followed by Andrew Cleve. A great result, and race time 72.19 seconds. SEALANES now the sponsor in heat number 11. 4 laps once again the journey, and Francis over on the inside in the red helmet colour replaces Jeff Rowe here. Darren Treloar in the white helmet colour got a very good start from the outside. Here he comes now, Treloar, searching high, wide and handsome on the racetrack. Glenn Howe is the early race leader. Him and Treloar run side by side towards turn 3. I'll tell you what, he's giving plenty of cheek, but Darren Treloar getting plenty of drive up high on the racetrack now takes the race lead, relegating Howe back to second on the racetrack, and best of the rest is Francis doing a good job battling all the way with Smith. Onto the back section once more. Darren Treloar from Sydney in New South Wales heads down the back straight, doing a fine job indeed. Through now turns 3 and 4 for yet another occasion. His passenger Alan Griffith, they've been together for 7 years, and it certainly shows. An outstanding combination. Darren Treloar showing them what it's all about. Look at the horsepower of that machine. Through turns 1 and 2 once more. It's Glenn Howe tucked away in second spot, followed by Francis, who's riding the race of his life. They're setting a cracking pace, I can assure you of that, as Darren Treloar heads onto the main section one more time, sees the white flag. Just 1 lap to go now here, which means obviously he has just 3 corners left to negotiate. Treloar down the back straightaway, doing a fantastic job. Notice he goes up very high on the racetrack there, looking for drive down the back straight. Now off the bottom 2 corners for the final time. Checkered flag time for Mr. Darren Treloar, and takes it in convincing style. Second will be Howe, and third of the checkered flag was Francis.
This should be a fairly interesting race indeed. Dale Marshall, Phil Rowan, Richard Cross and Andrew McLean. Set for a start now. Nice break it was too, although Marshall failed at the line, and Phil Rowan is the race leader at the moment, as Richard Cross has a little bit of a tussle with some of the other competitors out there. Andrew McLean has moved himself forward a little bit too, but it's Phil Rowan, the race leader at the moment. In second place, we've got Richard Cross from the Territory. He's down there on the inside and running in second place from Andrew McLean, who's back there in third, although Crossy goes wide again and McLean slides through underneath him. So it's Andrew McLean up into second place now. In third place, we've got Richard Cross, and riding a really high line is Dale Marshall. Coming past us once again, the race leader, Phil Rowan. Andrew McLean is out there in second place from Richard Cross, running in third. And Dale Marshall back there in fourth. I tell you what, it's a great dice between second and third at the moment. The 1 lap to go signal is given as the white flag drops. And Phil Rowan is scooting away from the rest of them. But I tell you what, it's this battle going on between second and third. That's the interesting one at the moment. That's between Andrew McLean and Richard Cross from Darwin. McLean coming the better out of them as we go into the closing stages of this race. Phil Rowan comes across the line now to pick up the checkered flag. McLean will pick up the second posse, Cross the third, and Dale Marshall comes home the fourth. What it is, the passenger looks a little bit agitated. Takes away, and a nice start it was too. And Wayne Monk gets a brilliant break from the inside line, and around the outside comes the West Australian Wes Hammer. He's up into the second place at the moment. Oh, a couple of them come hard together down the back straight. One of them's come off onto the infield. We've got a red light on, and we'll bring the bikes around for a restart. Wayne Monk just moving up. We go out to Ian Smith. Wes Hammer's ready on the outside. Getting set for the restart now. Tapes away, and it was a nice even break too. Wayne Monk again gets the big break. He's up in front leading at the moment from McLean. Out about a half track wide is Wes Hammer in third place at the moment, but Wayne Monk is the race leader as they start to head towards us for the first time. Wayne Monk, the race leader. McLean is up there in second place. Wes Hammer's back there in third. He's going to have to do a lot of work from here if he's to try and keep his momentum up to get hold of Russell Mitchell later on. He's up into second posse now, but it's Wayne Monk who's out in front at the moment with the twin Goddard and absolutely flying away from the rest of the sidecars at the moment. Wayne Monk, the race leader, back there in second place. We've got Wes Hammer. Then we go out pretty wide to Ian Smith, and Andrew McLean tails out the field. I get the white flag as they come past us this time around. Really tight down there on the pole line is Wayne Monk. He's still the race leader. Wes Hammer's up there in second place. Then we go back to number 12, number 14, I should say, Ian Smith, and number 7, Andrew McLean, is tailing the field. Coming around for the final time now, and Wayne Monk will come through and pick up the checkered flag. A great win to him. Wayne Monk first, Wes Hammer second. In third place it was number 14, Ian Smith, and number 7, Andrew McLean. The South Australian down there on the inside. Next to him we've got Dale Marshall, and we come out to Lee Cross and Greg and Mark Griffith on the outside from New South Wales. Getting set for a start now. Takes away a lovely even dispatch, although one of the riders looked like Dale Marshall had a little bit of a falter at the start. But it's Jim Irwin, the race leader at the moment. Up there in second place we've got the Griffiths, and then back to Lee Cross, and tailing the field is Dale Marshall at the moment. As they come past us for the first time, just let me have a look at them. Still Jim Irwin, but he's only there by a whisker from Greg Griffiths. Then back into third place is Lee Cross. This is a great run from our B-grade sidecar rider. I tell you, he's absolutely flying. A fantastic performance from young Lee Cross. Dale Marshall is back there in fourth place and can't make any move on the front runners. It's the South Australian Jim Irwin up in front at the moment. Behind them we've got Greg Griffiths from New South Wales. Back to Lee Cross. There's only about a bike between each of them. And Dale Marshall, the Taswegian, is back in fourth place, about 5 behind. Coming through this time to get the white flag. Marshall going really wide out of the corner. But it's still the South Australian Jim Irwin leading this race from the Griffith family. That's Greg and Mark up there in second place. Lee Cross, a great performance for him in third place, and Dale Marshall back there in fourth. They'll come past to get the checkered flag this time, and the South Australians picked up the big points. The big points there to Jim Irwin. And, oh, we've got a bit of a tumble here with Dale Marshall and his passenger, Paul. He's on his reserve bike, the Phil Mackay, Kenny Jones bike from Darwin, and Russell Mitchell at the outside. Oh, and a nice start too, although one of the riders gets a little bit of a leap and there's a little bit of metal bashing amongst each other. Boy, gee, we had sidecars going everywhere at the moment. Mitchell's pushed right out to the boards, and it's Darren Treloar. Darren Treloar from New South Wales who's out in front. Mitchell's back in third place at the moment. There's a great race as they come past us. Number 16 is having a great tussle there at the moment. That's Mark Drew and Darren Treloar. These two are fighting neck and tail up at the front between first and second. Mark Drew and Darren Treloar. Russell Mitchell's been kept honest back in third place. Richard Cross is back in fourth. Darren Treloar is the race leader at the moment from New South Wales. And there's nothing between these three. Oh, and one of them has gone wide, and that's let Mitchell through into second place at the moment. It's still Darren Treloar up there in first place. Oh, and a big shove coming up there. A big shove from number 16. Mark Drew pushes the West Australian back into third posse. Now the West Australian's fighting back, and he's giving him a bit of a shove up. By gee, these boys are serious in this one. Oh, goodness gracious me. The Mark Drew's pushed right out up onto the fence. Here's the checkered flag down now for Darren Treloar. Russell Mitchell will pick up the second place. The third place will go to Mark Drew. The fourth place to Richard Cross. But I look across to the steward and I see two lights shining brightly here, which means two riders have been disqualified from the event. And those two riders representing colours red and yellow. Red and yellow riders have been disqualified. And I'll wait now for the official position to come from the steward. Stand by for the results. There have been two disqualifications from the race and the Darwin City Centre. So Glenn Huff down there on the inside. Next to him is Chris Ray. Then out to Phil Rowan and Andrew Cleve on the outside. We're starting to get things a little tense here now, and we have a start. And as we get the bikes into the corner, there's three of them running neck and neck at the moment down the pole line on the inside. Andrew Cleve's way on the outside there, but he's trying to get himself around. The three of them are neck and neck. They're locked together at the moment. Andrew Cleve is right out onto the boards at the moment, but as they come past us, we've got a great clash going on between number 9-4 and Andrew Cleve. That is Glenn Huff and Phil Rowan and Andrew Cleve. They're still locked together. Andrew Cleve on the outside, Phil Rowan on the inside, and they come past us once again now. Absolutely flying here tonight. Number 4 is the race leader, although Andrew Cleve gives him a little bit of a nudge and pushes him out a little bit, and Andrew Cleve comes into the lead. It's Andrew Cleve in the lead now. Phil Rowan back there in second place. Then we have Glenn Huff and Chris Ray at the tail of the field. Andrew Cleve now gets a bit of a breakaway. Andrew Cleve's the race leader. Back there in second position is number 4, Phil Rowan. And I think that's about the way that they're going to wrap up this race, because the checkered flag's coming out. They're coming around to get it now. And Andrew Cleve is going to be the big winner in this one. Andrew Cleve first. Second goes to number 4. That's Phil Rowan. Third place going to Glenn Huff. And just waiting on the West Australian Wes Hammer to come up into line. Andrew Cleve now just coming up to the tapes. Just about set. Just revving. Tapes away, and from the inside it's Wes Hammer from Western Australia up there. Behind him we've got Andrew Cleve, and then Richard Cross looking for an enormous outside run, but again he goes just that little bit too wide. He's running in third place at the moment. The West Australian Wes Hammer is out in front of the... Andrew Cleve is fighting back down on the inside, but I think Hammer's got a little bit more hope from the outside run there. Just picking up a little bit drive as he goes into the corner fairly deeply. Wes Hammer the leader. Andrew Cleve fighting back there on the inside. Then it's Richard Cross and Sean Francis having a good battle for third. Oh, Cleve gives Wes a bit of a push and gets in front of him. Andrew Cleve has gone in front. Wes Hammer is back there in second place. Running in third at the moment is Sean Francis. Richard Cross back in fourth place now. Andrew Cleve is the race leader. Wes Hammer is about a bike length behind him. He tucks it down fairly tight on the pole and will try and come through underneath Andrew Cleve this time. The white flag is down. Andrew Cleve, the race leader. Wes Hammer back there in second place still. YG Time's running out for this one if you're going to pick up the big points, Wes. Oh, I don't think he's going to do it. Like I said, this has gone right open in the second half of the program, and Andrew Cleve comes around to win this heat. Andrew Cleve first, Wes Hammer second. Third will go to Sean Francis, and the fourth position to Richard Cross. This is heat number 18 of the 1993 Australian Sidecar Championships, presented by the Darwin City Centre. So Glenn Huff down there on the inside. Next to him is Jimmy Irwin. Then out to Andrew McLean, and Mark Drew on the outside. Oh, and Jimmy Irwin gets a bit of a rear, and he gets a little bit of a bump there too from Glenn Huff as they go through the first corner. But it's Glenn Huff who gets the better of them all, and he's up out with the lead at the moment. There's nothing between these four sidecars at the moment as they come through City Centre for the first time. Glenn Huff is the race leader out there at the moment, and he's being really tackled by number 7, Andrew McLean at the moment. These two are neck and neck. Jimmy Irwin is fighting tenaciously back a little bit, and he's having a good tussle with Mark Drew. But look at these two up at the front. They're side by side right around the racetrack. It's a great run indeed by Glenn Huff, and also for number 7, Andrew McLean. McLean now up in front of Glenn Huff. He's got around about 2 bike lengths ahead of him now as they go down Mitsubishi back straight. McLean coming through, although a little bit wide through City Centre shopping this time. Can Glenn Huff get back at him? No, he can't. It's McLean, the race leader at the moment. Huff is back there in second place. Then to Jimmy Irwin, and turning out the field is Mark Drew. Down the back straight they go once again. The race leader is Andrew McLean, number 7. Andrew McLean coming through now to get the checkered flag. A big win there to Andrew McLean. Second place will go to Glenn Huff. The third place to Jimmy Irwin. From the inside, next to him is Wayne Monk. Then out to Dale Marshall. And on the outside is Chris Ray. Set for a start now. Tapes away, a lovely dispatch it was too. And from the inside it's Darren Trelaw who's up in front as he just gives Wayne Monk a little bit of a howdy do and slides through underneath him. So it's New South Wales out in front at the moment in the form of Darren Trelaw. But I tell you what, the others aren't giving up. One little skerrick in this one. Wayne Monk still running up in second place. Dale Marshall is coming back strong, and Chris Rea goes to the tail of the field. Darren Trelaw is the race leader from Wayne Monk in second place. Then to Dale Marshall, who clips the back end there of Wayne Monk's bike and has to just back off a little bit, which gave Chris Rea the opportunity to come up to his tail. But it's Darren Trelaw, the race leader, quite comfortably now, as Wayne Monk tries ever so hard on a real tight inside line to catch up to him, but he just can't quite do it. Darren Trelaw, the race leader. Wayne Monk back there in second place. Dale Marshall is running in third place. This is his best run tonight. And Chris Rea at the tail of the field. The white flag's down. We've got one to go. Darren Trelaw from New South Wales leads them through Tubemakers Metal Centre for the final time and down the back Darwin Mitsubishi straight. lining up turn number 3. Through city centre shopping he comes once again. And this time coming past us, he'll get the checkered flag. Big points for New South Wales with Darren Treloar. Second place to Wayne Monk. Third place going there to Dale Marshall. Does Russell Mitchell have to win this one to win it? Or will he be in a runoff if he wins it?
If he, well, the best he can do actually, if he picks up the 3 points, he'll only come in at 11.
We're racing. Okay, there we go. Russell Mitchell from the start. And there's a little bit of shoving and barging going around there. Russell Mitchell is still the race leader, although there's plenty of sidecar metal clashing together as one of the riders slides through underneath Mitchell as they go into turn 3 for the first time. They're locked together. Mitchell is being pushed out to the boards as they come past us. Phil Rowan and Russell Mitchell are locked in battle there. Mitchell gets the better of it. He's gone wide. Rowan is fighting back on the inside. Mitchell fighting back on the outside. Mitchell again into the lead. Phil Rowan back there in second place. Mitchell tightens up the bike this time coming through, and he'll be a clear-cut winner as he comes past us this time. Mitchell from Phil Rowan. Then back there in third place we've got Greg Griffiths. But the West Australian now starting to get a bit of breathing space as he goes down the back straight. Russell Mitchell around about 4 bike lengths ahead of Phil Rowan in second place. Comes through the corner beautifully. There's the white flag down now. We've got 1 lap to go for the West Australian. Russell Mitchell from Phil Rowan in second place. Then we go back to Greg Griffiths, and at the tail of the field is Ian Smith. Down the back straight they come for the final time. The West Australian coming through now on a beautiful line. He'll come through and pick up the checkered flag. Russell Mitchell wins the event from Phil Rowan in second place. The third posse will go to Greg Griffiths.
Well, I make it out that Darren Treloar is still 1 ahead of him at this point, but we'll have to wait on the official placings. Darren Treloar certainly has picked up the 13, and he was hot to trot after the interval. But if the 2 West Australians, actually, after leading going into the interval break, they now have equal points, so we may see a runoff between the 2 West Australians, both on 12 points.
Russell Mitchell is not on his bike. He's not going to partake in the runoff. He's come onto the racetrack. He has shown his number 1 banner around. He thinks he should be number 1. But we've got 3 riders on the racetrack at the moment that are going to be going for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Without Russell down there on the inside. Next to him is Rowan Mitchell. Getting set for a start. Where's Hammer from the outside? Andrew Cleve down there on the inside. Here's the first one. And the 3 of them are locked together. Phil Rowan up there in second place. Phil Rowan fighting back with Andrew Cleve. The 2 of them are locked together as they come through the corner. Where's Hammer? Right on the inside line is going to try and come through them. But at the moment, it's Andrew Cleve and Phil Rowan. They're locked together at the moment. Where's Hammer's back there in third place. There's nothing much between them at the moment. There's a bit of nudging and shoving going on. But it's Andrew Cleve who's out in front at the moment. Andrew Cleve is the race leader. Back in behind him, Phil Rowan. Then we go back to Wes Hammer. Wes can't do anything at the moment. He tries to go a little bit high to get a little bit of soft stuff, but can't quite pick it up there. As they come through once again, it's still Andrew Cleve, the race leader, from Phil Rowan in second place. Wes Hammer in third for this important runoff. Andrew Cleve is still out in front. He's got about 3/4 of a lap to go. Back there in second place is Phil Rowan. And Wes Hammer can't bridge the gap between them. Coming around the final corner. Second place for the Australian title will go to Andrew Cleve. Phil Rowan picks up third. And fourth place will go to Wes Hammer from Western Australia.
Well, more controversy as Russell Mitchell refuses to line up in a four-way runoff for second place. Quite simply, Russell, why?
I didn't believe that it'd serve any purpose. Throughout the night, I was constantly faster than everyone else. I got the lap record. We thought we raced fairly well. We got excluded in one heat, which just devastated me, and we won everything else from behind on occasions, and we felt that racing at the time, I was too upset to even go out on a motorbike, because with the steward decisions like that, you don't know what's going to happen. You know, they might turn around and disqualify you for anything they like. I was just too upset to even go, and as far as I was concerned, I was racing for first all night, and that's all that interested me. And to turn around and say, oh, you can race for second if you want, but everyone knew who was the fastest on the night. I was just too upset to.
Well, there you go. Andrew Cleve picks up the second place for the Australian titles, the third place to Phil Rowan, and Wes Hammer picks up position 4. Trackside presentation in a moment.